Good morning, students. In last session, we have seen company accounts unit number 1, and we have just started with unit number 2. I hope you revised it properly. 1 minute, beta. Okay. So basic rules of accounts, everyone. Basic rules of accounts, yes. Debit the debtor, credit the creditor, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. If you remember, in company accounts, we have divided our amount of face value in different installments. So that issue price is basically divided in first installment, which is called as application money. Second installment is allotment money. Third installment is called as first call, and so on. Fourth is second call, and so on. Final will be final call. So beta, I have given you some examples related to application money, allotment money, first call and second call. So what are entries? Entries, if you receive application money, it is called as first entry is always for received. So what is the entry for received? It's bank account debit to equity share application. And equity share application, if you remember, it is a temporary account. So bank account debit to equity share application and equity share application account debit to equity share capital. So your balance sheet will look like bank account will be carried to balance sheet asset side and equity share capital will be carried to liability side under the head equity. So if you remember that balance sheet pro forma, so in balance sheet pro forma, company's balance sheet pro forma is mandatory. You have to by heart that pro forma at intermediate level. So it's always better to do it at foundation level. So what is the pro forma? Yes, first one is equity and liability, then shareholders fund, share capital, resource and surplus, non-current liabilities. Actually, you have one more head, application money received pending allotment. So after that, non-current liabilities, long-term borrowing, deferred tax liability, other long-term liabilities, and long-term provisions. Under the head current liability, you have short-term borrowings, trade payable, other current liability, and short-term provisions. And then you are starting with assets, non-current assets, property, plant, and equipment, intangible assets, capital, WIP, intangible assets under development, non-current investment, deferred tax asset, long-term loans, advances, other non-current assets. Current assets, you have CIT, CSO, current investment, inventory, trade receivable, cash and cash equivalent, short-term loans, advances, other current assets. So if you remember this pro forma, every liability or equity, so your liability side is divided in two parts. One is a shareholders fund and second one is outsiders. So outsiders means liabilities and shareholders fund is called as share capital and resource and surplus. So it's very easy pro forma. Where to show equity share capital? Under the head share capital, you have equity share capital and preference share capital, and debentures you will show under the head long-term liability. So friends, first one, bank balance will be carried to, yes, bank balance will be carried to cash and cash equivalent, and equity share capital will be carried to, yes, where equity and it is carried to shareholders fund. So can you tell me the entry for allotment? I'm waiting for your replies. So first entry is bank account debit to equity share application, and then equity share application to equity share capital. What about allotment money? Yes. First one is received and then you will transfer due entry. What about allotment beta? In allotment, first entry is, yes, due first and then received, because you will call first allotment amount. So entry will be, yeah, equity share capital has to be credited. Capital always has a credit balance. How to think? Equity share capital has a credit balance, and allotment money you will debit it. So equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital, and bank account debit to equity share allotment. That is the second entry. So which is a temporary account over here? Allotment will get cancelled. allotment will cancel. Bank where to show? You will show it on the asset side and equity share capital on the shareholders fund share capital. Okay. First call. Equity share first call account debit to equity share capital. Same logic, and bank account debit to first call. So beta first call will get cancelled. Where to show bank? On the asset side, and where to show equity share capital? Under the head equity and liabilities, equity share capital under the head equity. Okay, so your balance sheet will get tally. Which is a temporary account over here? First call. Second call, equity share second call account debit to equity share capital, and bank account debit to second call. So second call will get cancelled, and bank on the asset side and equity share capital on the capital on the equity and liability side. So beta these are some entries. Very good. Very good. So tell me, so beta tell me which are temporary accounts in this entries. Yes, tell me from first one. Yes, beta, from first account, which are temporary accounts from application. Chalo. So beta which are, yes, very good. Priyanka Jha, very good beta. Equity share application, allotment, first call and second call are temporary accounts. Very good. Shiba Khan also answered it. Yes, Reddy madam. Many students answered it. If you don't want to answer company accounts, yes, it's okay. Those who are not replying in the comment section, just go through the session and think like ये भजन कीर्तन चालू है इधर. बस आप कुछ भी comment मत कीजिए. And I'm telling you once again, those students who are not replying, beta, you are just understanding the session, but you will never recall the session. Understanding and recalling are two different parts. And whenever I'm asking to write down it in comment section, it's every student's responsibility to give it in the comment section. And then only you can become like Akanksha. You know the difference. Akanksha, I ask her daily questions one by one, yes, to all my students, and that's why face-to-face lectures are, yes, they are liking it. But other students who are attending it in the live session, though it is not possible for every student to attend it in the live, so it's always better to reply it in the comment section. Why are you sitting like yes bas ho gaya kafi hai hamare liye? Don't think like this, beta. If I'm giving my 100%, it's your responsibility to write it in the comment section. Yes, beta, Mr. Allu Arjun क्या बेटा SRO से. Hi sir, I am a big fan of you. Okay beta, thank you. चलो. So application, allotment, first call and second call. Yes. And I always prefer कि each and every students, they must get all concepts in detail. Today also you will understand how much efforts I have taken to understand or to tell you the concept of forfeiture. Okay, and forfeiture entries are you will understand only if your basic entries of application, allotment, first call and second call are clear. So that's why I'm telling you which are temporary accounts. Yes beta, which are temporary accounts, Priyanka ji? So लाइन से जाइए ना, फर्स्ट कॉल सेकंड कॉल पहले आएगा या एप्लीकेशन पहले? एप्लीकेशन, अलॉटमेंट, फर्स्ट कॉल एंड सेकंड कॉल आर temporary accounts. Easy hai? Okay. So what is, yes, my expectation? First thing, on the asset side, now you can visualize bank account. On the asset side, now you can visualize what is bank account, where it is shown under the head cash and cash equivalent. Now you know this pro forma of balance sheet, and it is also, and second effect is under the head equity share capital. So beta check it. Suppose if I prepare it in the T format, if I prepare it in T format, bank account 10 rupees and equity share capital is 10 rupees. If I prepare it in the T format, and if it is in the vertical format, where to show company accounts, it is only for understanding. In company accounts, we always prefer it in the vertical format, and where to show under equity share capital under the head share capital and cash equivalent under the head bank balance. Sir, can you tell me what is meant by temporary accounts? Beta, temporary accounts means it is going to cancel immediately. Temporary means what? Temporary accounts means they are going to cancel immediately, but you are passing these entries. You can see in these entries. Yes, beta. Now equity share second call account debit to equity share capital, and bank account debit to equity share second call. So second call is going to cancel, and you left with bank account and equity share capital, which you carry to balance sheet. Okay. And see, our company accounts was fully based on concept of balance sheet. We do not have any heads which are related to profit and loss account. So whatever entries you have to understand is basically depending on balance sheet. Okay. So bank account, you have to write it under the head cash and cash equivalent, and equity share capital, you have to write it under the head share capital. I'm repeating it minimum 10 to 15 times. And still some students are asking me, sir, what are temporary accounts? It's okay. Now you understood it. Yes. I just don't want to scold you. First, understand these basic entries. Cami is asking, sir, how is application money due when it is already received? Beta, received, what is the entry you passed? Bank account debit to equity share application. You don't want to put that equity share application account permanently in balance sheet. So you are going to cancel it. So whenever you are going to cancel it, you will give debit to equity share application, and equity share capital is credited. So beta, application will get cancelled, and bank will be carried to balance sheet, asset side, and capital will be carried to equity side. That is liability side. So application, yes, we have to cancel it. Whether we want to put that account permanently in balance sheet, application account, or we want to cancel it. So if you want to cancel it, you will give debit and capital account is credited. Okay. Okay. ऑडियो क्लियर है क्या मेरा? एक बार चेक कीजिए. इफ यू हैव, यस, एक बार आवाज अच्छे से आ रहा है क्या? So one student is asking me, your audio is not clear. I don't think so. ऑडियो क्लियर है क्या? चेक कर लेना एक बार, हेडफोन लगा के करना. Important points what I'm going to ask you. Application, allotment, first call and second call are temporary accounts. Very, very important now. Very, very important. If you have not received the amount, suppose, but obvious application money is first received and then only we due it. But suppose what about call scenarios? Suppose if you have not received the amount, You will debit calls in arrears account debit. Yes, you are going to debit calls in arrears. So beta new thing, understand what is calls in arrears account. So name itself suggests calls in arrears. Beta calls in arrears is my asset. Why it is asset? Beta, because it is amount which is receivable from whom? Very good, from shareholders, sir. From shareholders. Receivable from shareholder. So this is the amount which is receivable from shareholder, and therefore it always has which balance? Debit balance. So every one of you, please write down it in the comment section. Calls in arrears has debit balance. Everyone write it in the comment section. At least 2 times you have to write it in the comment section. Calls in arrears has debit balance. Calls in arrears has debit balance. So anything which you have to remind later, you have to write it in the comment section. So calls in arrears has a debit balance. But though calls in arrears has a debit balance, but we are showing it on the liability side. Where we are showing it? On the liability side, and therefore it is recorded as, how it is recorded, beta? It is recorded, yes, anyone who knows that this, how to record? Where to record, beta, calls in arrears? On liability side, under which head? Share capital. Addition or deduction? Very good, very good. So suppose in my example, suppose bank account is showing 8 rupees. Now what is the meaning of this? Yes, for example, suppose in my example 3, 1, 4 and 2, face value is rupees 2. I have received up to, so this is the received amount. Okay, I received up to 8 rupees, 314, and I have not received 2 rupees. So beta 2 rupees is in arrears. 2 rupees is in arrears. But beta I called 10 rupees. I called 10 rupees. So see here your balance sheet is very easy. Bank account 8 rupees and equity share capital 8 rupees. But now what happened? Last call, this is a final call. Final call. You can visualize these entries. Second and final call account debit to equity share capital 2. To equity share capital 2. But whether you received this 10 rupees, pani dena. Whether you received this 2 rupees, sorry. Yes, no, I haven't received this. So my bank account is 8. Now I have 2 options. What are 2 options that I have? Open calls in arrears account, and second one, don't open calls in arrears account. One is very simple, open calls in arrears account, and what is second option that I have? Don't open calls in arrears account. If I open calls in arrears, I'm going to cancel my final call. So final call will get cancelled. Final call will get cancelled, and I will left with only calls in arrears account showing debit balance and equity share capital showing credit balance. So beta my equity share capital I called. What is this amount reflects? Called up amount. And bank account shows received amount, that is collected amount. Very good. Called and collected are 2 different things. Equity share capital always shown at called up amount. Which amount? Called up amount. So I called 10 rupees. Minus, if I open calls in arrears account, this will be 2. And this 8 presents paid up amount. Called up 10, but paid up 8. And 2 will be your debit balance, either calls in arrears, or if this account is not open, then final call. So you have 2 options. Either open calls in arrears, either open calls in arrears, or don't open calls in arrears. So 2 questions to everyone. Bank account shows which amount and equity share capital shows which amount. Question is open to all. Write down it in the comment section. Bank account, yes, Priyanka ji. And capital. Very good. Okay, every one of you. नहीं बेटा, शिवम चौधरी कॉल्स इन एरियर्स एसेट में नहीं लिखा जाएगा. कॉल्स इन एरियर्स की एक जगह फिक्स है, बैलेंस शीट में हर एक की अपनी अपनी जगह है, वहां पे ही आपको बिल्डिंग में रहने जाना है. अपने मकान, ये अपने को पता है अपने सोसाइटी में कौन से फ्लोर पे है. आप किसी भी फ्लोर में जाके रहते हो क्या बेटा? हम हमारे ही घर में जाते हैं. नहीं तो क्या होगा, मैं किसी भी फ्लोर पे जाके रहेगा तो बीवी मारेगी ना बेटा मुझे. तो हर एक का घर फिक्स है, उधर ही जाना है आपको. सो कॉल्स इन एरियर्स का घर किधर है? इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल में से माइनस करके. कौन सा बैलेंस है उसको? डेबिट बैलेंस. यस. हु रोट वेरी फास्ट? कैमी, ERO से. एंड देन मोहम्मद अहमद जी. वेरी गुड बेटा. भूमिका वेरी गुड बेटा. NRO वाले, WRO बहुत ठंडे चल रहे. महेश पांडे आधा ही लिखा है बेटा. ज्योति झा वेरी गुड बेटा. सार्थक अग्रवाल वेरी गुड. यस. बैंक अकाउंट, रिसीव्ड अमाउंट and equity share capital, called up amount, and you will deduct it. Beta, please understand, before understanding forfeiture entries, these balances are very, very important. So I'm asking you all, write down it in the comment section. Now your balance sheet will look like, yes, tell me now. Yeah, I will give you one example. Now you only tell me how your balance sheet will look like. 4, 1, 3, 2. This is your received amount, and after 3 you haven't called any amount. So 3, after 3 there is second line. You haven't called up to 5 rupees you received, and 2 rupees you haven't called. So tell me your balance sheet, how it is going to tally. Yes, everyone. एक बार हिंदी में बता दीजिए. मयूर जी, मयूर जी देखो, कॉल्स इन एरियर्स जो होता है, पहली चीज, यस, अंडरस्टैंड. एक बार हिंदी में मैं बता देता हूं बेटा मयूर जी के लिए. सी बेटा, I think ICAI will come with live sessions of Hindi medium and English medium separately. ये मेरा मन बोल रहा है. सो हो गया तो बेटा हिंदी मीडियम वाले और हमारे जो थोड़े वर्नैक्युलर मीडियम से बच्चे आते हैं उनको भी आसानी हो जाएगी समझने के लिए. थोड़ा तो होना चाहिए. तो एक बार मैं हिंदी में बता देता हूं पूरा का पूरा, तो समझ लीजिए. देखो हमारी बैलेंस शीट जो है ये यहाँ पे एप्लीकेशन अलॉटमेंट फर्स्ट कॉल सेकंड कॉल से टैली होती है। एप्लीकेशन अलॉटमेंट फर्स्ट कॉल सेकंड कॉल ये टेम्पररी अकाउंट्स है, तो वो अकाउंट्स कैंसिल होने ही वाले हैं। तो बेटा हम लोग जब हमारे को पैसा मिलता नहीं है, तो हमें पैसा नहीं मिलता, तो हम लोग एक अकाउंट ओपन करते हैं जिसका नाम है कॉल्स इन एरियर्स। क्या नाम है उसका? कॉल्स इन एरियर्स। सो हम लोगों को सपोज अभी पिछले प्रॉब्लम में हमें कौन सा पैसा नहीं मिला था, तो लास्ट वाला पैसा नहीं मिला था, तो बैंक के एसेट साइड पे 8 रुपया दिखेगा, इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल 8 रुपया दिखेगा। पर वेट, मैंने लास्ट का पैसा मांगा पर लोगों ने दिया नहीं। फाइनल कॉल टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल। जब पैसा मैंने मांगा था तो एंट्री क्या किया? कैपिटल को बढ़ा दिया, फाइनल कॉल को डेबिट मारा। ये तो ड्यू की एंट्री है सर, ये तो हमें आती है, फाइनल कॉल टू इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल। अभी मेरे पास एक ऑप्शन है कि मैं 2 रुपया नहीं मिला, मैंने 2-3 बार उनको फोन किए कि भाई पैसा दे दीजिए, पर उन्होंने वो ड्यू डेट पे पैसा नहीं भरा। तो मेरे पास एक ऑप्शन है कि मैं एक ओपन करूंगा कॉल्स इन एरियर्स, दिस इज माय ऑप्शन नंबर 1। और दूसरा ऑप्शन मेरे पास है डोंट ओपन सर कॉल्स इन एरियर्स अकाउंट। तो ओपन कॉल्स इन एरियर्स अकाउंट आप करते रहोगे तो आप एंट्री क्या करोगे? कॉल्स इन एरियर्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू फाइनल कॉल, कॉल्स इन एरियर्स अकाउंट डेबिट टू फाइनल कॉल। तो कॉल्स इन एरियर्स को मैं डेबिट मारूंगा, फाइनल कॉल को क्रेडिट करूंगा, तो कौन सा अकाउंट कैंसिल हो गया बेटा? फाइनल कॉल अकाउंट कैंसिल हो गया। पर कौन सा अकाउंट अभी भी ओपन है? कॉल्स इन एरियर्स। तो बेटा बैंक में तो कोई हमें 8 रुपए से ऊपर मिला नहीं, पर मेरा कैपिटल 10 रुपया हो गया, कॉल्ड अप अमाउंट 10 रुपया मैंने मांग लिया था, उसमें से 2 रुपया नहीं मिला, तो कॉल्स इन एरियर्स एसेट पे नहीं दिखाते, ये कैपिटल में से माइनस करके दिखाते। ये एक हमारा प्रेजेंटेशन है। और ये क्यों है? तो बेटा जिसने भी शेड्यूल 3 बनाया, पार्ट 1 ऑफ द बैलेंस शीट, जो बैलेंस शीट का प्रोफॉर्मा बनाया, तो उसने वहीं पे रखने को बोला है, तो हम लोग उसमें दिमाग ज्यादा नहीं लगाएंगे। सो इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल 10 दिखेगा, माइनस कॉल्स इन एरियर्स 2 दिखेगा, 8 रुपया हमारा एसेट साइड पे दिखेगा। इतना सिंपल क्वेश्चन है। तो यहाँ पे बैंक 8 रुपया और इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल ये मेरा 8 रुपए से टैली हुआ, पर 8 रुपीज कैसे दिखेगा? कैपिटल 10 दिखेगा एंड कॉल्स इन एरियर्स 2 दिखेगा। यदि मैंने कॉल्स इन एरियर्स अकाउंट ओपन नहीं किया तो मेरा फाइनल कॉल ओपन हो जाएगा। तो फाइनल कॉल इंस्टेड ऑफ कॉल्स इन एरियर्स मेरा कैसे बैलेंस शीट दिखने वाला है? मेरा बैलेंस शीट दिखेगा इक्विटी शेयर कैपिटल 10 माइनस फाइनल कॉल 2 और 8 रुपीज से टैली होगा। सिर्फ कॉल्स इन एरियर्स के जगह पे किसका नाम रहेगा? फाइनल कॉल। अभी मैंने पूछा है आपको, यस, मेरी बैलेंस शीट कैसे दिखेगी? योर बैलेंस शीट, ये क्या हो गया इसको? हाँ चलो, बैलेंस शीट बताइए, टेल मी बैलेंस शीट। व्हाट वाज द क्वेश्चन बेटा? 4132। यस, सी, सी बेटा, 2 rupees we haven't called, 2 rupees we haven't called, so we won't consider, this is uncalled. In bank account you will receive only 5, bank account only 5, equity share capital 4, 1 plus 3, I called up to 8. Beta, this is received and this is called up amount. Uncalled we won't consider. See, you have to understand balance sheet. Option number 1, we have open calls in areas account, so minus 3, my balance sheet will get tally at 5 rupees. And or option number 2, I haven't opened calls in areas, so I will deduct first call beta, not second call. Second call I haven't called, final call nahi, first call. Yes, so this is 8 minus 3, I will tally at 5. See beta, this is very simple question. Chalo, one more question that I want to ask you. No beta, those students who answered 10, they are completely wrong. Those who answered 10, see, I haven't called this 2 rupees. So if 2 rupees is not called, then why to record? Okay. One more question. Chalo, dekhte hai how many of you can tally this balance sheet? Very simple balance sheet. 3, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2. Chalo, tally it. First line is received and second line is called up. So beta received and called up. Bank account debit, yes beta, 3, very good. Equity share capital 8 minus calls in arrears is this 2 minus 5, 3, or equity share capital 8 minus allotment 1 and first call separately you will record na beta. So this is 3. Bank is 3 beta, bank is 3. Calls in advance कहां से आया भाई? Is this 2 rupees is not yet called? Someone answer sir, calls in advance. अरे कैसे यार, क्या करते हैं आप ही को पता. Last one. Now इसके बाद no more question. So everyone please answer it properly. Please answer it. 4 1 1. Received and called up. Received and called. Received and called up. Yes. Very good. Now everyone is clear with this adjustment. Bank account 4. Equity share capital. You won't ask this 1 8 minus call scenarios this 4 or allotment 4. So your balance sheet tallies at 4. Now everyone is clear with this concept. Now everyone is clear. Yes. जल्दी से बोल दीजिए क्लियर और नॉट येट क्लियर. चलो फटाफट कमेंट सेक्शन में बता दो. If you are clear with these concepts, I'm going to start with 4 feature entries. So 4 feature entries. Chalo. So let's start 4 feature. Very, very important concept. Acha. Some important points, yes, just revise it. Call scenarios is showing debit balance, and where to show this deduction from equity share capital. But some students can pass directly the entry of application and allotment. So sometimes no need of, so first entry is bank account debit to equity share application to equity share capital. So yes, I will show you. See, your first entry is bank account debit to equity share application, and then equity share application account debit to equity share capital. Correct hai? See beta, here equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital. So this is the third entry, but you can merge these two entries and pass single entry equity share application account debit, equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account. Okay. So sometimes instead of passing second and third entry, many people they pass only second entry as equity share application account debit, equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital. Got this concept? Yes. But I already told you about this concept of subscription. Subscription, full subscription, under subscription, and over subscription. Sir, if you allot 1 lakh shares, but there was application of 1,20,000 shares. So 1,20,000 shares people applied and you allotted only 1 lakh shares. So option number 1, you can refund it. You can refund 20,000 shares in case of over subscription. This is called as over subscription. So number of issued is equal to number of shares subscribed. Number of shares issued is greater than number of shares subscribed, and over subscription is number of shares issued is less than number of shares subscribed by the public. Okay, so many times this happens that company comes with IPO and you may heard the word shares are oversubscribed. So oversubscribed means it is like you have 1 lakh shares in hand, but people ask for 1 lakh or investor ask for 1,50,000 shares or more than 1 lakh shares. Okay. If minimum subscription 90%, if you get 90% of application money, then only yes, you are going to allot shares. Otherwise, you have to refund it. Okay. Now over subscription money. Over subscription means beta issued is more or subscribed is more. Subscribed is more. Subscribed by public is more as compared to issued. So in this you have two options. आपके पास दो options है. Option number 1, that excess shares you received is refunded. Option number 1 is very simple. You will refund number 1. So refund. And second one, now suppose you give only, suppose if you ask for Patel bhai hai hamare, he asked for 6 shares. He applied for 6 shares, but we allotted only 5 shares, and 1 extra share amount which is received will be adjusted in next money, next amount which is due. For example, very simple beta, I will tell you the example in your real life. For example, if your electricity expenses bill is 520, okay, but your dad, he paid 550 rupees electricity bill. What he paid? 550. So what is the excess amount he paid? 30 rupees. Now electricity company will adjust this 30 rupees in next bill, next month bill. Suppose if your next month bill is 660, but whether you have to pay 660 or less 30. So in next, sorry, 630. So in next amount, you will adjust this money. And in accounting language, in case of shares, it is called as prorata. What is called as prorata? Okay. So prorata is concept where you will adjust this 30 rupees in next month. Okay. So similarly, application money will be adjusted either in allotment. After allotment also you have excess money, you can adjust it in the first call. So next money you don't have to pay. Next money you don't have to pay. So adjustment. What is prorata? It is an adjustment. And where to adjust? Allotment or first call. Okay. So this is called as prorata. Okay. So over subscription, you have one option, refund, or second one is adjustment. In simple language, it is adjustment. In next installment, that is allotment or first call. So beta, it is called as, technically this word is called as prorata. So prorata means adjustment simply. So write down in the prorata, it is adjustment. Yes. Got this concept, beta? Example is also given. 6 shares applied by Mr. Patel, but we have allotted only 5 shares. So we have excess amount of how many shares? 1 share. Either we will refund it or we will adjust that 1 share amount in allotment. It is called as prorata. Yes. Very good, Shiba Khan. So Shiba Khan has example. She wrote the example in the comment section. Full subscription means sir issue 10,000 and subscribe also 10,000. Under subscription, issued 10,000 but subscribed only 9,000 by public. And over subscription means issued 10,000 or and subscribed 12,000. Very good. Jaspreet Kaur लिख रही है refund or adjusted towards allotment or calls. अंकित प्रसाद बच्चे की जान लेगा क्या? कितनी बार एक्सप्लेन करने लगाएगा बेटा? प्रोराटा अंकित मिश्रा जी, अंकित प्रसाद ईआरओ है. सो आई थिंक हिंदी समझ में आता रहेगा. सो अंकित जी अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट. बेटा मुझे 5 चॉकलेट्स लेने हैं पर मैंने 6 चॉकलेट का पैसा दिया और सामने वाले ने बोला कि सर मेरे पास 6 चॉकलेट्स नहीं है, मेरे पास सिर्फ 5 चॉकलेट है. तो एक चॉकलेट जो है वो एक्स्ट्रा पैसा उसने दिया हुआ है. हमने जो एक्स्ट्रा पैसा दिया है तो वो बोलेंगे कि भाई ये चॉकलेट का पैसा आप थोड़ा थोड़ा इंस्टॉलमेंट में देना. तो ये इंस्टॉलमेंट में आप जब देते हो तो जो एक इंस्टॉलमेंट का पैसा, मतलब जो नेक्स्ट पैसा मुझे वो लोग मांगने वाले तो उतना मैं कम करके देगा. अरे सिंपली यार इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का एग्जाम्पल भी दिया यार. अभी इससे ज्यादा क्या एक्सप्लेन करूं? थोड़ी तो लेवल बढ़ाओ बेटा अपनी. वी आर डूइंग सीए कोर्स, वी आर नॉट डूइंग एनी बीकॉम कोर्स. सीए का दिमाग कैसे होना चाहिए? तेज. 10 बार एक्सप्लेन करोगे तो कैसे चलेगा? थोड़ा लेवल बढ़ाओ प्लीज. रिक्वेस्ट टू ऑल स्टूडेंट्स. इधर मेरे सामने नहीं बोले तो मिनिमम 7-8 स्टूडेंट्स बैठे. ईच एंड एवरी स्टूडेंट दे आर गेटिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. सम स्टूडेंट्स आर डूइंग इट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, स्टिल दे आर गेटिंग दिस कॉन्सेप्ट. यस बेटा बिराजदार मैडम करेक्ट है ना? यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम. You have done it. Okay. So at least you are aware about these concepts. Okay. So prorata, whether it's very difficult or it's easy. Easy. So you'll adjust this money in the next bill. So what is it mean by it is an adjustment? And I think मैं बहुत simple examples देके explain कर रहा हूँ. उल्टा ये बेटा पीपीटी भी यहाँ पे, हाँ ये जो पीपीटी बने हुए हैं वो भी आपको विजुअलाइज करवा रहे पूरा का पूरा. और क्या चाहिए बेटा? इससे ज्यादा क्या बोल दूंगा मैं आपको? कुछ है क्या देने जैसा? चलो नेक्स्ट कॉन्सेप्ट. यस दिस फॉर्मेट. यस नाउ नॉट नाउ, आई विल टेक इट इन द एग्जाम्पल. So next concept before forfeiture. Yes, next concept you have to understand shares which are issued at. Shares which are issued at. But a face value. On the very first day, I explain you the concept of face value. What is face value? Face value is nothing but you will register your share capital with minimum amount. So your face value of one share, you have to decide at the time of issuing shares. When you register your company with register of company, you will decide at what price your face value of one share will be. It's called as face value. Face value, second name for face value, it is also called as par amount. When you are issuing it at par, means your face value is equal to your issue price. Your face value will be equal to your issue price. So issue price and face value are same. It's called as at par. Okay. So face value, for example, every company, yes, whenever they are issuing share, they will decide their face value. Suppose if I have belief on myself and I know that my company share people may take it at 100 rupees, so I can decide my face value 100 rupees. If I do not have trust on investors and I think कि यार मुझे ये shares मिलेंगे या नहीं मिलेंगे, so payment whether I will collect the amount or not, so I may reduce my face value. Okay, so reduction. So I have, this is the liberty to every company. At what price they will issue? No, the issue is different part. What price the face value of a company is a liberty for every company, the face value part. So face value, you may decide, Patel ji may decide 1 rupee, yes, or you may decide at 10 rupees, Chaitali may decide at 100 rupees. So these are some different face values. Okay, so face value is different for different companies. And who will decide it? Promoters. Who will decide it? Promoters. Promoters will decide the face value of the share. Okay, so once you decide the face value, now the question, now this is a second question. Now this is what you registered with your ROC. Face value means you register your company with ROC. आपने ROC के यहाँ पे registration कर लिया, registration process कर ली, मैंने मेरे कंपनी का face value एक शेयर का डिसाइड किया. Now beta, suppose if I have good character of promoters like Ambani, Ratan Tata, if I have good characters, so my company can issue one share at different price to public. So beta, with ROC different price, with ROC different price, and with public it's a different price. Before Companies Act 2013, company can issue one share at discount also. At discount also. But now, after introduction of Companies Act 2013, company cannot issue share at discount. While logic is very simple. You are issuing one share. So one share at 10 rupees. And suppose if you do not have trust on your company only, so promoters cannot give share at discount. Minimum collection is a face value. But sir, should I take only face value? No, sir, I can take share face value, say excess amount also, more than face value, which is called as premium. So you know the word premium. मैं premium society में रहता हूँ. Premium society means having good lobbies, good space for living. Similarly, shares can be issued at premium. Premium means excess amount than face value. What is called as premium? Something extra. Something extra means excess amount. It's called as premium. Sir, why shares are issued at premium? And there is a logic for, yes, excess amount. There is a logic for excess amount. Okay, I will tell you the logic. We just want to check with you whether you know why shares are issued at premium. Think logically. I'm not asking the entry. I'm asking you about why shares are issued at premium. So see how many of you can tell the answer. Better it is not written in the books. Just want to confirm it, whether you are aware of this concept or not. I want logic behind it. Par, discount, and premium. Yes. Issued at par means beta, if your face value is rupees 10, issue price is also 10. Face value and issue price are same. It's called as par. Par means face value is equal to issue price. In very simple language. Nanesh Ingre, book building process you have to understand at CF final level. At foundation level, if any faculty tells you about book building process and all, please tell him, beta, please faculty ko bol dena. Don't go in so much detail that your main syllabus, you won't complete it. Okay. So if I explain you about Harshan Mehta also, our syllabus will extend for more than 10 days. So always stick to your basics. If you want some extra knowledge after foundation, after intermediate, you have lot of time. In that period, you collect this knowledge, but not, you please stick to your study material. Remember, if I tell you all stories, it will be very interesting, but in exam, you will get 0. Okay. So please, wherever I think it is extra, it is required, I am going to give you knowledge. I thought today also I can tell you about sentiments about market, how Russia and Ukraine war affects our Indian share market, and you will find it very interesting. Which shares will get increase, which shares jo niche aayenge, I can tell you. But beta, it is not required. Na? You are not going to invest in crores. Are you QIB, qualified institutional buyers? Or are you HNI, high net worth individuals? You are student. So why to go in detail about share market? Okay. Some are telling about goodwill. Yes. I will tell you the logic behind it. Yes. I know no one will answer this question. Yes, beta, any idea why shares are issued at premium? I've given you the example of this, but many students, that's why I always tell to students, please. Very good. Yes, you remember that word. Very good. Suppose, assume, but it is not given in the book. First thing, this is what SS logic is. 1 lakh shares. 1 lakh shares is issued at 10 rupees. This is a face value. 1 lakh into 10. So beta, our authorized capital, is beta 10 lakhs. Our authorized capital is beta 10 lakhs. Okay, sir, we understood it. Now the question is, sir, 10 lakhs rupees is your authorized capital. I have one option. Suppose I want to collect 5 lakhs rupees. I want to collect 5 lakhs rupees. Now, so I will issue my shares at rupees 10. I will issue my shares at rupees 10. That is a face value, that is at par, because this is a face value and my issue price is also 10 rupees. So how many shares I'm going to issue? So beta, issue 50,000 shares. What is my maximum limit? 1 lakh. So beta, I left with 1 lakh shares is my maximum limit. And out of that, I completed, I exhausted. I have completed how many? 50,000 shares I have exhausted. So I left with only 50,000 shares. But suppose public has trust on me. Public has trust on me. And they are ready to give me 25 rupees. Yes, why they are ready, beta? They think ki 25 rupees is also reasonable because in market, this price will go up to 400 rupees. So they are ready. Ki Sanket sir ko 25 rupees de do. This is a primary market. I am talking about primary market. In secondary market, this is depending on demand and supply. That is a stock exchange price. That is a stock exchange price. And you think its stock exchange price will be more than 400 rupees. Yes, Sanket sir share price is after 1 year is going to touch 400 rupees. And you think Sanket sir will earn a huge profit and our share will go beyond 400 rupees. So you are ready to pay 10 rupees or you are ready to pay 25 rupees and I will take the benefit of this. Yes, your decision. So what is my benefit? I am going to collect only 5 lakhs rupees. But how many shares I have to issue in that case? Yes, 5 lakhs rupees divided by 25 means I will issue only 20,000 shares. I will issue only 20,000 shares. And in future, see the benefit. My limit is 1 lakh. But in future, I may issue 80,000 shares. So my limit will not exhaust, sir, immediately. Where it will get exhaust? At rupees 10. I have only 50,000 shares I left with. So beta is like your जो life games में मिलती है आपको. Yes, you are getting only 3 lives or you are getting 5 lives. Which is better one? 5. Okay. So similar to your video games or your, yes, computer games, PUBG, I don't know exactly. But beta, might be in PUBG you may get some lives ना, या नहीं पता आपको भी. Yes, no one knows here. Okay, ठीक है. हमारे भैया को पूछ लो, वो खेलते रहते हैं दिन भर. हाँ. So 50,000 is my limit in first case. But in second case, if I issue shares at premium, my authorized capital limit will not reach. Okay, and that's why shares are issued at premium. This is a Sanket sir's logic. Nowhere it is given in the books. Okay, but when you issue shares, because I want to collect 5 lakhs rupees, I may collect by issuing 10 rupees or I may collect by issuing at 25. But what is the benefit of this? It is not given in the any study material or in any notes. But beta, this is might be a logic why shares are issued at premium. And when you issue shares at premium, your maximum limit will not reach immediately. Yes, got the concept? Yes, yes, yes. And now beta, company will record 20,000 shares into 10 rupees under the head share capital, where they will record under the head share capital. Share capital. So see the sentence. Understand it. Share capital is always shown at face value. Where it is shown at face value. So face value is always 10. But beta, I collected kitna extra? 15 rupees extra, and this 15 rupees is shown under the head reserves and surplus mein security premium. See, the word is not share premium. Huh? Share premium word is removed in 2000 only. In 19, I don't know the exact. In our 11-12 syllabus in Maharashtra board, there was a word which is called as share premium. Still our Maharashtra board's books are not updated. And many faculties, they are calling it as share premium. But beta, there is no word of share premium. The word is security premium. Okay. Security premium. And beta, your balance sheet is going to tally. In first case, in option number 1, bank account is 5 lakhs and equity share capital is also 5 lakhs. So your balance sheet is going to tally. But beta, in second case, your bank is 5 lakhs. That is same. But equity share capital is 20,000 into 10. This is 2 lakhs. And under the head resource and surplus, security premium 3 lakhs. So different type of presentation. And where your authorized capital limit will reach immediately if you issued at par 5 lakhs. And here you left with beta 8 lakhs rupees. 8 lakhs rupees. Okay. Yes. मिश्रा मेहता जी क्या पूछ रहे हैं? सर आप कौन सा वर्ड बोल रहे थे? स्टड को याद? स्टूडेंट्स को याद रखने को. स्टड मतलब स्टूडेंट्स. ओके. एग्जॉस्ट मीन्स बेटा फिनिश, जल्दी से लिमिट खत्म होना, एग्जॉस्ट होना. So this is not the word which is given in your study material. This is just Sanket sir word. Your limit will not get exhausted means it will not going to finish it immediately. Okay. So this is the word. ठीक है. Yes. So clear with the concept beta par and premium. So shares are issued. Yes beta. What will you prefer, issued at premium or issued at par? Premium. Anyone? Yes, anyone. If you have good promoters, you can issue it at 10 rupees ka share, at 25, even at 400 rupees. Not an issue. Investor has to invest. Okay, if they are ready to give you full amount, that 400 rupees also, this is a decision between public and company. If public thinks ye fail ho jayega, initial public offer, if they don't think that 25 rupees is worth to pay, in that case they won't apply for your share, and they won't apply means your subscription, your initial public offer, this is called as IPO, initial public offer will get fail. Okay, so they won't pay you, so initial public offer aapka fail ho jayega. And if they are ready to pay 25 rupees beta, it's okay. Okay, so it depends on promoter's reputation. Okay. मनीषा नहीं टाइम मिलेगा बेटा. Yes, authorized capital beta increase later. Varun Muleji, authorized capital can be increased, but beta this is very difficult process because it needs lot of documentation. So authorized capital can be raised, but beta for this you need a special resolution, and in law you are going to understand it how to increase your authorized capital. But beta no existing shareholder may deny to raise your share capital because they don't think किसी को अपने संपत्ति में और लोग आना कोई पसंद करेगा क्या बेटा? No one. But your business is expanding, in that case it's okay. But beta suppose existing shareholders, they may refuse to increase your authorized capital, and that is only the reason it is very difficult process, and that's why it's better to issue shares at premium and your dilution will not be there. Dilution means आपकी ownership में और भागीदार लोग नहीं आ जाएंगे. That is called as dilution. So IPO can be issued at premium. Yes. Any other question till now? If you are taking interest in asking such questions, yes, beta, definitely. Very good. Chalo. So let's move to next concept. Shares issued at discount. Allowed 6. Issue price 8 and face value 10. Allowed hai? No, sir. Not allowed. Company cannot issue. Premium 10 and issue price 30. Allowed hai? Financially strong and well managed company, those only can issue shares at premium. Why? It issued to save authorized capital. And where to show beta it is? Yes, this is routed through P&L or this is directly recorded in balance sheet? Directly record. P&L से root होता है क्या this excess amount? No. You will record it directly in balance sheet. It is called as directly recorded in reserves and surplus. It is not routed through P&L. Like sales, purchase, whether it is recorded, that's why it is called as capital receipt. That's why it is called as capital receipt, because it is directly recorded in under the head reserves and surplus. If you collect it at the time of application, bank account debit to equity share application, and due entry will be equity share application to equity share capital to security premium 20, or you may record it at the time of allotment. So allotment में record किया तो बेटा equity share allotment 30 to equity share capital. So you have to record it in the due entry. Where to record it? Either you record it in application or you record it in the allotment. But beta, if nothing is given, you have to record it in the allotment. Where to record it? In the allotment. If nothing is given, you have to record it in allotment. Okay. So in exam, if it is given in the first line, equity share allotment, equity share of rupees 10 issued at 20. Okay. So you have to record that excess amount in which entry? Allotment. If nothing is given, always record it in the allotment. And where to record it? Security premium account in due entry or receipt entry? Due entry. So mark these entries. Security premium, very, very important. Where to record? It's either it is given in the question, and if nothing is given in the question, where to record it? Allotment. Where to record it? Allotment. अगर पब्लिक ने डिस्काउंट पे मांगा तो भी हम लोग दे नहीं सकते सर, नहीं दे सकते. सर कंपनी प्रीमियम प्राइस पब्लिक को कैसे डिस्क्लोज करेगी? बेटा, इट इज गिवन इन योर एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म. इफ यू सी द एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, यू विल गेट द इंफॉर्मेशन. Yes, in prospectus also you have face value information, and application form you have issue price information. Prospectus में issue price नहीं देंगे, application form में देते हैं. कहाँ पे देते हैं? Application form. Prospectus में it is information regarding promoters, who is going to form company, what is the nature of business, that is in the prospectus. Better, these words are only technical names. It is nothing but your real life examples are only based on common sense. Prospectus is what? Prospectus means एक type की advertisement in simple language. Suppose आप हमारे क्लास में आते हो तो you'll get pamphlet वगैरह जो भी मिलता है, या our board of studies is giving you any information about faculties and classes, that is what is the prospectus. In that, yes, संकेत सर के बारे में कुछ ब्रीफ किया जाएगा, so it is like promoters का नाम रहेगा वैसा, and fees and all that will be decided afterwards. Okay, so similarly in application form other things will be defined. जितना लॉजिकल करोगे उतना अच्छा है. हाँ, if you under by heart all these provisions, better it is not going to use help you in your future. Yes. And whenever you are studying law, always understand, make some hypothetical situation, imaginary situations. Try to understand if you are a company, how you are going to handle this matter. And in that way, you can recall your law. Okay. So don't by heart all provisions. Every provision has its own logic, even in income tax at intermediate level. And those students will get passed immediately, those whose logic is very clear. Why this section is introduced by Company Act. Everything in law is logical. So those teachers who are saying nahi hai as it is hai, please don't by heart. Chalo. बेटा मनीषा जी, कैश बुक का मैंने ऑलरेडी रिकॉर्डेड सेशन बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज को दे दिया है, तो आप प्लीज कृपा करके ये आपके जो बाकी के टेंशन वाले काम है ये मेरे पे छोड़ दीजिए. आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू दैट गुड्स ऑन सेल ऑन अप्रूवल बेसिस, सो डोंट वरी. यस, चलो. Utilization of security premium to issue bonus shares. Now, what is utilization? चलो चलो ये बाद में लेता हूँ. Utilization I will take it in the examples. Yes, security premium का don't take it now. Calls in arrears and calls in advance. Yes, one important difference is there. Calls in arrears and calls in advance. Understand it. So share installments money received in full. So whatever the amount you received in full. Calls in arrears means money received is less than what is called. Called is 8 rupees, but you received only 5 rupees. So beta 3 rupees you received less. That's why it is called as arrears. Arrears matlab receivable. In simple language, it is receivable. And what is received in advance? When you already received your future money. Means due amount is only 8. Due is only 8, but you received 9. So what is the excess amount that you received? Calls in advance is rupee 1. So excess amount you received at the time of due only. But I'm not saying at the time of application. I'm talking about at the time of allotment may. Suppose allotment amount. So beta application is different. Application may if you received extra amount, it is why you are receiving extra amount because he applied excess shares. He applied excess shares. So beta excess shares application is different from calls in advance. Understand? What is calls in advance? Suppose if I have a shareholder of 5,000. Suppose, sorry, my company has total shares 5,000. I called 3232. I called up to 3 rupees. That first call I called. 3 rupees I called. But yes, all 5,000 shareholders, they paid me that rupees 3. This amount they paid me. But beta, what happened? These 5,000 shares which I received, 5,000 shares, I received total 5 rupees. 5,000 shares I received total 5 rupees, that is 3 plus 2. I received full 5 rupees. In that case, what happened beta? If I received this 5 rupees, it's called as calls in advance. It is called as calls in advance. Now you got this concept. So I received 3 plus next installment ka 2 rupees at the time of first call. Very simple concept. So calls in advance is rupees 5. See, calls in arrears, fail to pay any amount due, pay an amount part or whole of the amount which is not called. Not called, still you paid it. It's called as calls in advance. Yes. Now calls in advance key entries. It is deduction from calls in equity share capital. I already taught you this entry. Okay, equity share capital में से deduct हो जाएगा. And what about calls in advance? It has a credit balance. It has a credit balance. Remember, because it's a liability, you received the amount which is not yet due. So calls in arrears is an asset. Write down it in the comment section. Calls in arrears is an asset and calls in advance is a liability. So calls in arrears is a liability and calls in arrears, sorry. Calls in arrears is an asset and calls in advance is a liability. Write down this line. वामशी अभी कौन गुड मॉर्निंग कहता है बेटा 12 बजे? So calls in arrears is an asset. And now after this, we are going to start with forfeiture. Very, very important concepts. Forfeiture. So we have to finish with the concept of forfeiture. बेटा मीशा मेहता जी, आपको मेरे बारे में जो भी जानकारी चाहिए, हम लोग उसका एक सेपरेट सेशन रखेंगे. शादियां कितनी हुई, कितने मार्क्स थे 10th में 12th में, बच्चे कितने हैं, सब बोलेंगे बेटा. बट वेट फॉर सम टाइम. यस. Calls in arrears is an asset. Calls in arrears asset and calls in advance liability. Provision of table F regarding interest. Very, very important. Now tell me, interest you have to take. Beta, he has not paid the amount. And on calls in advance, you have to pay interest. So think logically. Interest is expenditure or income When in case of call scenarios, interest is think properly whether interest is expenditure or income on call scenarios, or whether it is income in case of call scenarios or calls in advance. Yes, tell me what is income, when it is income and when it is expenditure. Interest, huh, beta? Calls in arrears is not income or expenditure. It's asset and liability. Income and expenditures are different. They are nominal accounts. And calls in arrears and calls in advance is a personal account because they are receivable from the shareholder. So if you ask me about calls in arrears and calls in advance, these are personal accounts. Okay. These are personal accounts. But interest on this is a nominal account. Okay. So interest, tell me. Very good. Many students now they think it logically. Sir, calls in arrears means amount which is receivable, and on that whatever interest we have, it is income. And this income is 10%. Now this is given in the Companies Act in table F. So there are some tables. So in that table F, there are tables which are given by Act itself. So don't ask me why table F. Okay, it is given in the Companies Act. So that table F explains you this is a 10% income. What is the interest rate? 10% income. And on calls in advance, it is 12% expenditure. So on advance, it is expenditure, and on arrears, it is income. So beta, which type of calls in arrears account is? Real, personal or nominal? Calls in arrears is income. Beta, some people are completely mad. I'm telling it for 10 times. Loan is a personal account, and on loan, interest is nominal account. Okay, please understand these concepts. Loan is a separate. Loan is a principal. Liability, it's a personal account. And on that, interest is nominal account. Similarly, calls in arrears and calls in advance are personal account, and on that, interest is a nominal account. Okay. रियल कौन बोलता है भाई? शिवम चौधरी रियल कहां से होगा यार? 2 बार बताया मैंने, कॉल्स इन एरियर्स इज अ पर्सनल यार. यू हैव टू टेक इट फ्रॉम द शेयर होल्डर एंड एडवांस यू हैव टू पे इट टू योर शेयर होल्डर. सो शेयर होल्डर इज अ पर्सनल अकाउंट, लोन इज अ पर्सनल अकाउंट. एंड सी द लॉजिक यार, लाइबिलिटी साइड इज प्योर पर्सनल. Apply your logic here. Don't pass any entry immediately. Calls in arrears 10% income, and calls in advance 12% is expenditure. So we have some questions based on these calls in arrears. So from respective call up to amount received. So interest will be charged when you received the amount till that date, from due date to received date. And this is from received date to due date. It is exactly reverse. You received first and due afterwards. So advance के ऊपर interest will be payable from received date up to due date, and on calls in arrears from due date to received date. You got this logic? Yes. Period. Chalo, we finish with all these concepts till now. Calls in arrears. Yes, need a break, or we will move to next part, forfeiture. Yes, you only tell me, because I'm going to continue session up to 120. So you need a break, or yes. Okay, do one thing. We will meet at 12:27. Okay, 5 minutes break. Take a break of water break, and please don't drink other things in the break. Chalo. So let's take a break of 5 minutes. चलो स्टार्ट करें। Forfeiture of shares. Next concept. Okay. Yes, many students are telling sir no need of break. It's okay, beta. Chalo. So let's start. Forfeiture of shares. Please take AC remote. No? Forfeiture of shares. Suppose if you received, assume 5 rupees and 7 rupees you haven't received, or 3 rupees you haven't received. You ask for that 3 rupees, but shareholder has not paid. Company requests shareholders to pay the due amount, and company, requested by company, but shareholder hasn't take any action. He does not pay this amount. In that case, company has a right to forfeit. Forfeit means in Hindi, जब्त करना. Okay, company वो पैसा जो भी previous पैसा दिया होगा, that is forfeited by the company, retained by the company, and company won't pay back that amount, is called as forfeited. Forfeited means retained by the company. Okay, it is not allowed in debentures, beta. It is not allowed in debentures. This can be possible only in case of equity shares. This is possible only in case of equity shares. This is not possible in case of, yes, other things. Forfeit means to take back the property on breach of condition. So beta, if you are not paid any amount, if there is a breach in this condition, yes, in that case, company has a right. It is an action which is taken by the company on shareholders to cancel his name from the share certificate. In simple language, your name is on your flat, beta. Your every owner has its own name in the flat, on the flat, and that flat will be concealed by the government, or that by any property. It's called as, it's similar to that, it is called as forfeiture. If you have a loan, in simple language, I will give the practical example. If you have loan of 20 lakhs, okay, and suppose your property is attached for as a mortgage on that loan. So your property आपने गिरवी रखा था, and you haven't paid the loan amount, so that bank person will take that property, okay, and it's called as, in accounting language, it is, in case of shares, it is called as forfeiture. Your property which is attached will be taken by your bank person, is called as forfeiture in case of shares. So you can apply this concept in shares. So suppose if any share and that name on the share certificate is going to be cancelled, and it is called as forfeiture of shares. So what is the action? Shareholder has no further claim on that share. So his name is removed from share certificate shareholders list. Okay. Beta, the title is extinguished, but the amount is not refunded. Shares forfeited, it always shows the credit balance, and this shows the amounts which is already received. Remember, forfeited. Write down it in the concept. Forfeited has a credit balance. Forfeited has a credit balance, and it has the amount which is already received. Amount which is already received. Forfeiture has a credit balance, and it is the amount which is already received. So amount already received and cancelled. Forfeiture as which balance beta? Credit balance. And this is amount which is received. Forfeiture of shares which are issued at premium. Yes, now I will explain this, but wait. First, I have to explain you some concepts. Okay. So first, I will take some examples. Yes, I will give you some examples first. See beta, 3241. Beta, first line is received and second line. Now see, received is up to 5 and second line is beta forfeited. Now SS will bifurcate this question in 3 parts. To understand this, in exam, you have to pass only forfeiture entry. But I will divide this question in 3 parts. Part 1, balance sheet. Understand this, very, very important. If you understand one concept, this one question, your forfeiture will be very easy. Part 1, balance sheet before forfeiture. What is part 1? Balance sheet before forfeiture. Part 2, journal entry. Journal entry for forfeiture. And part 3, balance sheet. Now please focus for next 30 minutes. Now very, very important points. And I am going to ask you many cases based on this concept. Let's see how many of you can understand it in the first instance. Okay. Balance sheet after forfeiture. Have patience till last minute. Understand this concept. Balance sheet before forfeiture, journal entry, and balance sheet after forfeiture. I already explained you this concept 1 hour back, that how to prepare balance sheet for this question. Yes, now you only tell me how your balance sheet is going to tally before forfeiture. I already explained you this concept. So you have to tell me your balance sheet. Simple T format balance sheet. Understanding balance sheet is in T format. In exam, vertical format. Bank 5. Equity share capital up to second line. So this is called and then forfeited beta. So equity share capital beta, we called full 10 rupees minus calls in arrears 5 rupees. This 4 plus 1. Or if you don't want to open calls in arrears, first call 4, second call 1. Okay. So this is a balance sheet before forfeiture. Yes, beta. Balance sheet before forfeiture. Bank 5. Very good. Equity share capital. But I don't want any shortcut 5. I want in detail. Equity share capital minus calls in arrears 5. And instead of this, you can write or first call 4, second and final call 1. So instead of this, you can write in the same way. Open calls in arrears account or don't open calls in arrears. If you don't open calls in arrears, which account you are going to open here? First call and second call. Calls in arrears nahi open kiya to beta सिंपल पूछ रहा हूं मैं क्वेश्चन, कॉल सिनेरियोस नहीं ओपन किया, एकदम सिंपल है कि नहीं, फर्स्ट कॉल और सेकंड कॉल. ओके, सिंपल छे till now. So this is part 1, balance sheet before forfeiture. Now think logically. Are you going to refund? Are you going to refund? बेटा मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा है, are you going to refund? No. So bank account you will continue. Whether you are going to cancel bank account, no. Are you going to remove that name from the share certificate? Yes. So your shareholder name will be removed. So you are going to cancel share capital. And once you cancel this share capital, are you going to receive any amount from the shareholder? No. So beta calls in arrears you are going to cancel. Which accounts you are going to cancel? Equity share capital, calls in arrears, and which is going to remain same? Bank. So beta in forfeiture entry, now there will be no more capital, no more calls in arrears, but you will continue with bank. So forfeiture entry. If I go by option 1, what is option 1? Open calls in arrears account. Open calls in arrears. And in that case, what is the entry? See, now equity share capital has a credit balance. Yes, normally it has a credit balance. Capital means it has a credit balance. So if you want to cancel it, better how to cancel it? By scratching it or by giving a opposite effect? Opposite effect. So capital, how to cancel? Opposite effect. So equity share capital account debit. How much amount is there? 10 rupees. How much amount is there? 10. Okay. 10 rupees. Better please switch off AC. Equity share capital 10. Are you going to remain calls in arrears as it is, or you are going to cancel it? Cancel it. So beta calls in arrears has a debit balance. How to cancel it? By giving credit. So 2 calls in arrears. 5. And we will open one account which is called as shares forfeited. And it shows collected paid up amount. Collected. Now this collected paid up amount logic will be clear, more clear in case of security premium. So collected paid up amount. So beta, now your balance sheet will look like, now bank account is going to remain as it is. Whether capital will be remain or not remain? No. Calls in arrears? No. And shares forfeited? Yes. Which balance beta? Forfeited has a credit balance. So it is shown under liability side. Under which head? No beta. It is shown under the head share capital only, having separate one. Share capital is separate and shares forfeited under the head share capital. Where to present it? Under the head share, and this amount reflects paid up amount which is collected. Collected amount 5. Correct hai beta? See, after forfeiture, you are going to remain or retain only one account which is called as shares forfeited. Option number 2. Option number 2, you have equity share capital. You are going to cancel beta 10. To first call 4 and to second call 1. These accounts are also cancelled. And which account you opened? To shares forfeited. Beta, so simple. बहुत simple है forfeiture. So how many steps are there beta? 3 steps. 1 is balance sheet. before forfeiture, then journal entry, and then balance sheet after forfeiture. Just recall which account you are going to cancel. Bank? No. Equity share capital? Yes. Call scenarios? Yes. And which is new one? Yes. Forfeited is a new one. So everyone write it in the comment section. What is the entry? So what is the entry for forfeiture? What is the entry for forfeiture? Write down it in the comment section. Yes. Friends, are you finding it interesting and easy or still difficult forfeiture? Better think logically. Don't mug up these things. Okay. What is the thing that you have to retain in your mind? First one is balance sheet before forfeiture, then journal entry, and then balance sheet. So which account left after forfeiture entry? Bank and shares forfeited. Where to show shares forfeited? Liability side. Under which head? Equity share capital. Share capital. Share capital. Not equity share capital. Only share capital. बेटा आप बोल रहे थे forfeiture is very difficult. नहीं. Yes, very good. Now many students answered it properly. Chalo. Now I will give you 2-3 examples. Let's see how many of, now it's a quiz time. Let's see how many of you are doing fast. देखते हैं. One, no, quiz time is after this entry. Quiz time is after this entry. One more question. 3, 2, 4, 1. Write down these examples in your notebook. Huh? 3, 2, 4, 1. Yes, all 3 parts. I'm giving you exactly 3 minutes. Yes, part 1. What is part 1, beta? Part 1. Balance sheet. Chalo, line by line, tell me. Balance sheet before forfeiture. Wait. What first line indicates? Received. And what second line indicates? Forfeited. Called and forfeited. Called and forfeited. Whether 1 rupee called? No. So we will ignore this. We will ignore 1 rupee. Beta, amount that received? 5. Equity share capital, beta, always by called up amount, na? Called up amount, tell me 3 plus 2 plus 4. Up to second line is a call. So up to second line, equity share capital. Minus calls in arrears. This is between first line and second line. So first line and second line, beta, 4. So balance sheet tallies at 5. And those students who don't want to write calls in arrears, first call. Tallied, beta? Yes, part 1 completed. Write down part 1 completed. Part 1 completed. Beta, part 1 9 rupees. Now some students have written 1 also. Why 1 we don't have to consider? Not called. Not called तो कहां से लेंगे भाई? Call ही नहीं किया तो why you have to consider 1 rupee? Part 2. Misha Mehta wrong. Journal entry. Journal entry. Equity share capital, beta. Up to second line. 9. To first call or calls in arrears, na? 4. Shares forfeited, beta. Which amount? Collected paid up value. Collected value or paid up value? 5. And part 3. Balance sheet after forfeiture. Bank is 5. And shares forfeited 5. Those students who are doing it for the first time, think logically. It's not at all difficult. Think logically. What is the called up amount? See, equity share capital. What I want to tell you, capital means up to second line. Capital means up to second line, face value ka part. Calls in arrears is between first line and second line. This is a technique by Sanket sir. And collected amount is in the bank. Collected amount is in the bank. So tell me, equity share capital means up to which line? Second line. Calls in arrears means between two lines. And shares forfeited means up to first line, na? Collected amount. Easy che? If you do it for one share, it will be very easy for other shares. Okay. Always think for one share. Chalo. Should I give you some examples now? Yes. Now think it. I will give you 3 examples. SS example 3. SS example 3. And now I'm not going to give you balance sheet before and after. I will give you only journal entry. Now I'm going to give you only journal entry. So journal entry, you have to tell me. Everyone, now just tell me journal entry. 5, 1, 2, 2. Chalo. Yes, Ankit Prasad कह रहा છે easy છે. Shares forfeited shown under the head balance sheet. बेटा notes to accounts में क्यों दिखेगा भाई? Balance sheet में ना entry pass किया तो it will be in balance sheet under the head share capital. I already explained you. Tell me entry directly now. Tell me entry. पहले allotment बेटा, then forfeiture. Forfeiture is at the end. Which time? Which time? ₹2, ignore. First thing, what you have to write? First line is beta received, and this is calls and forfeited. Called and forfeited. Equity share capital 6. Allotment or calls in arrears 1. This is between two lines, and 2 shares forfeited. 5, which is collected amount. Who answered very fast? Nanesh Ingre. Very good. Shivam Gupta, second one. Sayyam Jain, third one. Beta, Sayyam Jain, just understand. Don't write forfeiture first. First write calls in arrears. Though entry is correct, but I will always prefer to give allotment first, then first cancel those accounts which you don't want, and then open that account which you want in future. So always remember, first write allotment and then write forfeiture. Though your entry is correct, I won't give marks. Misha, very good beta. Jyoti, very good. Jyoti, same mistake. First, don't write forfeited. First, write calls in arrears. No, Riddhi Patil, it's not available. And though there are available, I am not the person who is going to teach over there. Okay. One more question. 4, 3, 2, 1. Chalo. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is example 4. Write down all these examples. This is example 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, Priyanka, your answers are visible, but I'm taking those names who are writing very fast. I want answer, don't open calls in arrears account. Don't open calls in arrears account. In that case, what is the answer? Beta Ankit Kumar Mishra, write down amounts also. Entry is not important for me. Equity share capital, beta up to which line? This is received, called and forfeited. Whether anything is ignored in this question? No, sir, not at all. So beta 10 rupees up to second line. Called up amount. 2, allotment we haven't received. 3. To first call 2. To second and final call. So these are, or if you don't want to write this, you can write calls in arrears, but I want all accounts 3 to 1. And 2 shares forfeited. collected amount, which is 4. Who answered very fast? Nanesh, Jyoti, very good. They use the shortcut. Sayyam Jain, Sanika Thorat, Shivam Chaudhary, very good beta. But I want answer where, yes, who wrote the answer when call scenarios is not open? Saurabh Kumar, first answer by Saurabh Kumar. But beta, you haven't write that shares forfeited. Okay, he forgot to write shares forfeited. So correct answer by Ankit Prasad. Correct answer. And after that Harshita. हमारे अब्दुल कादिर नहीं दिख रहे आज. Yes, last question of this type. This is example 5. This is example 5 of last type. 3, 4, 2, 1. Chalo, last type. Don't open call scenarios. Don't open call scenarios. Why you have to refer previous page? क्या जरूरत क्या है? क्या एंट्री है? हाँ, सो क्यों भर रही है? मुझे पहले का जरूरत ही क्या है? This is received. This is called and forfeited. Equity share capital always by last line. One, ignore. 2, second call कौन बोला भाई? 2 first call. 2 shares forfeited. 7. Shiba Khan is the first one. And after that, Yatiraj More, beta, very good. Misha Mehta, ERO se. So NRO, WRO, ERO. Very good. Yes, correct answer 927. Chalo, it's easy. Now let's move to next concept. Now very, very important concept. Please understand. Now case 2. If security premium exists. If security premium exists in balance sheet. Yes, understand. Please now, please focus for 10 more minutes. Last 10-15 minutes. Yes, if security premium exists. Very, very important point. Very good. Now, all of you are comfortable with this concept. If security premium exists, let's see how many of you can understand or answer it correctly. Beta, first 2 questions, logical way. And after that, magical, only journal entry. Only journal entry. Security premium. See, Sanket sir has made it very easy. Face value, he will write separately and security premium by looking into question. You have to divide it in two parts. One is face value and second one is security premium. Face value, beta, 5, 3, 2, 1. Face value. Security premium, 3 and first call 2. So security premium is there in case of allotment also and in first call also. First line is better received, called and forfeited. Part 1. What is part 1, beta? Part 1. Please concentrate now. Balance sheet before forfeiture. Sir, I already explained you the concept that face value ka part. Face value will be shown under the head equity share capital. And security premium will be recorded separately under the head resource and surplus. I already explained you this concept that face value will be shown under the head share capital and security premium will be shown under the head resource and surplus. Now, beta, first line is received. So I will start with asset side. I will start with asset side, bank account. See, beta, bank account consists of not only, understand, bank account consists of not only face value, but you collected security premium also. So up to first line, you have collected, beta. So what you have collected? See, you have collected 5 rupees, 3 rupees, and this 3. Means you collected 5 plus 3 plus 3. 5 plus 3, face value ka 5 plus 3 and security premium ka 3. So you collected, beta, total 11 rupees. Share capital will be shown separately. Remember, equity share capital, wait, up to called up amount, sir, I already explained you up to called up amount. So called up amount means, beta, one more time, this 5, this 3, 2, 1. I called up 5 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Correct, beta? So I called up 10 rupees, all 10. I called up full up to second line. But out of that, sorry, I will do it 1-1, beta. Sorry. I will mark it as 1-1. 10 rupees is a maximum limit. So please change it to 1 rupee. First call, change it to 1 rupee. Otherwise, your equation won't get tally. So beta, I called up to 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. So beta, I called 10 rupees. Out of that, first call is this rupee 1 and second call is this rupee 2. Sorry, 1 only. So minus second call 1. So paid up equity share capital is 8. Call scenarios is not open in my example. If I open call scenarios, it will be 2 rupees. Security premium. Now see, security premium accounting is similar to equity share capital. So beta, security premium you called these 3 and 2. 3 and 2. So you called 5 rupees. But you haven't received first call. You haven't received first call. And first call is rupees 2. And see your balance sheet. Yes. Your balance sheet is tallying at 11 rupees. Now at a very important point. Now understand one important red pen line. What I'm going to cancel? Capital I'm going to cancel. I don't want his name on share certificate. First call, yes. Second call, yes. First call, yes. But. Security premium, if received, don't cancel. This is very important. Which security premium you are going to cancel? Which is not received. Not received. So beta, this security premium is divided in two parts. One is received, one is not received. Received 3 and not received 2. Received 3, ignore, and not received 2, cancel. Which you are going to cancel? Not received. Not received you are going to cancel. You got this concept? Very important. So journal entry will be, yes, I'm going to explain it once again. Don't worry. Equity share capital up to second line. Up to second line. 10. Security premium, which is going to cancel, beta? Which is not received. That is between first line and second line. 2 rupees. 2 rupees I am going to cancel. To first call. Beta, including security premium, first call. 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. First call, you haven't received both face value and security premium. Call is consisting of both face value and security premium. And if you haven't received it, you have to cancel it. Face value plus security premium. To second call here, it is only to second call. To second call in my example, beta. To second call 1. And to shares forfeited. Now understand the word shares forfeited, that amount which is collected but part of face value. Collected part of face value, not security premium. So collected, I will consider only face value because security premium I want to retain. I don't want to cancel that security premium. So in forfeited, which amount? Collected face value, that is 8. And now see the balance sheet. But first time you are going to face the problem. Balance sheet after forfeiture. Whether bank account is going to cancel, beta? No, bank account is as it is. Security premium which is collected. So security premium which is collected is 3. And shares forfeited 8. And your balance sheet is going to tally. Yes, sir. 11. But a process is lengthy for understanding level. Once you understood the basics behind it. See, beta, basics is very easy. If security premium exists, I have divided in 2 parts. One received and one not received. Equity share capital up to second line. Equity share capital up to second line. Beta, kya tha idhar amount? Can you tell me? 1 and security premium 2. Okay. See, beta, equity share capital, I'm going to write 5 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. that is 10 up to second line. You can check here. 10 correct hai. Equity share capital will show face value plus security premium or only face value? Only face value. Yes, very good. Very good. Equity share capital 10 minus फर्स्ट कॉल का 1, ओनली फेस वैल्यू पे फोकस कीजिए, माइनस सेकंड कॉल का 1. सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम 5, 3 plus 2. It's similar valuation. Minus which call? Not received. Minus first call 2. And 11 से balance sheet tally. Bank में face value 5 plus 3 and security premium you collected 3. So total 11. Which account you don't want to cancel? One is bank and second one is security premium, which is collected. Security premium which is received. Don't cancel it. And not received, cancel it. Received, don't cancel it. Understand? So what is the red pen adjustment? Security premium. If received and not received. Received, ignore it in forfeiture entry. This is red pen adjustment. And not received, cancel it, debit it. Money means cancel it. In which entry? Forfeiture entry. In our example, what is received? 3 received na beta. And what is not received in our example? 2. So you can see in forfeiture entry, we cancel rupees 2. Which is cancelled? Rupees 2. Which is received or not received? Not received, you have to cancel it. Not received, you have to cancel it. Received, ignore. You got it logically? Received, ignore means it will be in balance sheet after forfeiture. It will be in balance sheet. That 3 rupees. You can check after forfeiture. Yes, sir, 3 rupees is there. And what is not there? 2 rupees is not there. Why 2 rupees is not there? We cancelled it. We cancelled it. So security premium received will be in balance sheet after forfeiture. वो balance sheet after forfeiture में दिखने वाला है. Got this concept? Yes. So 10, 2, 3, 1, 8. First call consists of 3 rupees. This is face value plus security premium. Second call, नहीं बोल रहा हूं मैं, उधर से मत जाओ यार. Security premium 2. Wait for 10 minutes now. Security premium 2. To first call 3. To second call 1. And 2 shares forfeited 8 rupees. Very, very important concept of shares forfeiture. So what are you going to retain? Equity share capital, no, cancel. Security premium, which is going to retain? Which is received. And not received is going to cancel. To first call, to second call, to shares forfeited. And first call, second call is after. वो थोड़ा सा need कर. Yes. First call and second call. First call and second call. ये 3 and 1 होने वाला है. And 2 shares forfeited is collected face value amount, which is the value collected face value. Understood this concept? चलो, one more point. एक क्विज ले लेते. चलो लिख लो ये फटाफट. नहीं, ये स्क्रीनशॉट निकाल लो. चलो अभी अपने पास टाइम नहीं है. So take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Case 2. And I'm going to ask you one more question. And then I will leave you. Face value. Part 1. Balance sheet before forfeiture. Equity share capital 10, 2, 3, 1, 8. Easy था बेटा ये. वापस एक बार लेक्चर देखना, दिस सेशन लास्ट 10-15 minutes, watch it once again, those students who are not very clear about this provision, and after watching this session once again you are going to understand everything in detail, so don't worry. And balance sheet after forfeiture. What is red pen adjustment beta? If security premium received, then ignore it, and not received, cancel it. So this is the important line. This is very, very important. Yes. Security premium received and not received. Chalo, last question of the day. Let's see who is answering very fast, and then we will end up with our session. So today we have, I explained you call scenarios, interest on call scenarios. Interest on call scenarios is our income, which is at the rate of 10%, and interest on calls in advance is our expenditure, which is at the rate of 12%. Equity share allotment application, first call, second call are temporary accounts, and this forfeiture entry is very, very important, in which we understood basic problem, and then security premium is a question. Okay, chalo, let's see. Let's see. 3, 2, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I want directly journal entry. I want directly journal entry. Yes. Let's see who is answering very fast. I want directly journal entry. And after that, I want balance sheet after forfeiture. Balance sheet after forfeiture. I want balance sheet after forfeiture, not before forfeiture. I will tell you balance sheet before forfeiture. So beta balance sheet before, बैंक में कितना? बैंक में 10 कौन बोला भाई? बैंक में 4, this is the first line. कौन बोलता इतना सिखाने के बाद? हाँ, called and forfeited. What is to ignore beta? This 1 and 4 we haven't called. So बैंक में 4. Equity share capital 3 plus 2 plus 4 face value 9 minus first call 2 minus second call 4. Sorry. Allotment and first call. Sorry. Allotment and first call. Security premium. What is received beta? 1 and called 1 plus 2 plus 3. 6 minus call scenarios, that is allotment and first call. 2 and 3. 1 rupee. So 4. And then what is the entry beta? Equity share capital 9 up to second line. Security premium which is not received. Not received is 5 beta, 2 plus 3. To allotment both face value plus A, 2 plus 2, 4. And to first call both beta 7. And to shares forfeited full amount or only face value ka part? Only face value which is collected. So beta face value which is collected is 3. Let's see is tallying or not. 9 plus 5, 14. Yes. And balance sheet after forfeiture. बैंक बेटा बैंक में 4, it is not going to change. Shares forfeited में 3 and security premium which is received 1. Yeah, tally. Do the practice. Yes, I know this is something which is tricky, but once you got the logic, it's not at all difficult. Who answered very fast? 9, 5. Share capital 9, security premium 5. 2 call scenarios से अच्छा allotment and first call लिखना था, and 2 shares forfeited 3. Gnanish Ingre, correct. Yes. Who answered properly? Sanika Thorat. Very good, beta. Vidhi Bangla. Yes, beta, you are correct. They opened instead of allotment and first call. Many students have written call scenarios 11. It's correct. Call scenarios 11 is also correct, but more accurate allotment and first call. Very good, Jasprit Kaur. Equity share capital 15. अरे शिबा खान 15 कहां से किया भाई? कुछ भी करती बेटा शिबा खान. Wrong बेटा. Those who have written 10 all wrong. 9 security premium. Yes. Chalo, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the session, and please watch this session carefully once again. Those students who are not getting it properly, and we will try to solve other questions in next session. I hope now you are clear with the concept of security premium, which is received and not received. We will meet on the Wednesday, and please try to solve all illustrations of study material and read the theory if shares are forfeited. After that, we are going to reissue. So try to solve all questions of study material. At least go through all questions, and we will solve all these questions in the next session. Yes, thank you, and share this session to maximum students for their benefits. Thank you, thank you, thank you.